Hi guys, Monique here. Um, this is my third attempt at making this video this morning. My tripod broke and then my son tried to assist me, but because I'm using my phone, forgot to charge my camera. The stabilization was affected and the picture was very shaky. So now I have kind of improvised. So I'm hoping that you guys can see me clearly enough. The quality of the video might not be the best, but I hope what is important in this video is information. I won't go into who I am. I've introduced myself in previous videos, so please just go back and watch my previous videos. If you are visiting for the first time, please welcome. For those who are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Please like and share. Now, I have been making masks for the last 6 weeks. I am in a position where I work in the investment world. I have been at liberty to work from home for the last 3 weeks. My company took that decision and majority of staff is currently working from home. I've been working from home primarily because, one, my job allows me to, and two, I am asthmatic and my son is asthmatic and I am married to a medical doctor. So all factors considered, a decision was taken for me to work from home. Now, I know not all persons are at liberty to work from home, and there is a sense of safety. My situation is a little different, but there's a sense of safety with working from home. And I just want to send up my prayers and my love for all those persons who are essential workers at this time. The persons who are risking their lives, those who are working in our healthcare, not just our doctors and nurses, but the hospital administrators, the health inspectors, the janitorial staff, the drivers of the ambulance, etc., etc. Also to our security services who have been out there ensuring that social distancing and curfews are being maintained and respected, those who are police officers or soldiers and our security guards. To our employees at our grocery stores or banks or gas pumps or pharmacies, please accept my gratitude on behalf of all of us. You know, this has to be a collective effort. So 6 weeks ago I started making masks for my children. That was just the sole intention, and then I had persons starting to ask me for masks. I've gone through the whole process of, you know, we shouldn't be wearing masks, Lord, and I know the same mask all day and nasty, and all of these other little things, right? But I have, throughout the process, not a health worker, nor am I working with CDC, but I chose to do my own independent research and analysis, and I drew my own conclusions about what other countries who at the time who had close proximity to China and were doing an okay job given their proximity and their size and their interrelations with China, were successful in kind of stabilizing those numbers. And one of the things that I found was a common thread was the use of masks in public spaces. So I have been sewing masks and I've been advocating for masks way before most Jamaicans, dare I say, were even thinking of making masks. Now, I started out with one particular mask shape, but I changed it as more research became available and I was able to YouTube other persons doing videos or draw from pictures posted in my sewing groups. I changed my shape. So now I have two primary shapes I have 3 kinds of masks, but 2 primary shape masks. And I will go into more details in the video as to how those masks look. Now, the common thread running through all my masks is that they are all fitted with a pocket for you to put an additional filter. In addition to being fitted with a pocket for additional filters, they all contain at least 3 layers of fabric. The outer layer is 100% cotton and the 2 inner layers are cotton blends. Previously, prior to this week's video, probably a week ago, all 3 layers were 100% cotton. Unfortunately, the fabric that I was using for lining is no longer available here in Jamaica, and so I had to substitute using a cotton blend. So it's 3 layers of fabric, 1 layer of 100% cotton, 2 layers of cotton blend. I'm going to move on to a tour of my sewing space and I will show you the mask. Yeah, and then I'll see you guys at the end of the video. As you come up my stairs, There is a passageway upstairs that segues into each of the bedrooms, and that's the space that I use for my sewing and office space. I don't have a spare room. I opted to use that spare room as a guest room instead of using it for the purpose of sewing. And I like being here because I'm close to my children. When they're in their rooms, I can monitor them, and I'm also close to my bedroom so that when I'm tired and get lazy, I can lie down and sew. So right here I have a tray that keeps a lot of my sewing knickknacks. A lot of these are just like projects that I'm currently undertaking. This is a sofa covers I'm rewrapping using those fabric. I'm doing a pitch patch thing, so that's why that's there. So this orange thing is usually there. Here I have all the elastics that I have bought up over the period of probably 6 weeks or so to make masks. Many of you guys on my timeline would know that I'm probably one of the first persons here making masks, because I believe Coward Man keeps on going. So all I know is to send me video and clip from articles that I must wear my mask. Yeah, I've been making masks from before the government, so we ought to all wear masks on the outside. Then I have 2 mannequins here. This is a project that I've been working on. God, He knows from when. I need to complete it. And then this is my adjustable dress form that I use to make outfits that I can size. You know, it gives you the flexibility of sizing, so you can adjust the hip. This is a small to large to medium. I really need to get a medium to large. And then here is the cabinet that I use to store a lot of my fabric that I use for sewing the mask. And the reason why I keep it in this cabinet is because I'm able to close the doors up so that fabric isn't open to the elements. These are just 2 pillows I'm working on. Along with that one, I'm going to be doing a video soon on me redoing my patio, so you can look out for that video. And then this is my serger. I haven't really been using the serger in the process, just because of the technique involved in sewing the mask. I don't think it's necessary. So in my top drawer, I have like, these are masks that I had cut shapes of when I just started sewing, and subsequently I've changed the designs, so I'm not using these anymore, but I've kept them because the way fabric is going and the elastic is going, I might have to draw for some of these. You know, we might not have access to the material that we're using to make fabric masks right now, so I'm not throwing them away. And these are ribbons of multiple colors. I have about 12 different colors, so I'll show you examples of 2 of the masks where I use those ribbons on. One of them I sell lengths of this at an additional cost to use in one of the masks. But when I get to that point, I'll show that to you guys. Guys, please excuse my finger. It's quarantine nails. I'm in the process of trying to soak them off today. So here's a cabinet space. This has in pillows. This is empty right now, but the plan for me with this is to, there's a hat in there, but I'm going to take it out, is to have that stocked with the mask. So I'm trying to make masks so that my clients don't have to wait as long. I've taken 2 days off from work, so I'm using that time to see if I can build up some excess mask, because during the work week I work up until 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then I make dinner and I don't really get around to sewing until probably 5:36 most evenings. So I have a limited amount of time in the week to sew. Now this is some of the fabric I'm using. These are the lighter ones. A lot of the medical professionals prefer the lighter ones because it gives them the flexibility of bleaching them, and in addition to that, it allows them to, well, it keeps them cooler. Here in Jamaica it's very hot, in case anybody's watching this video who's not Jamaican, so the lighter fabric keeps it a little cooler than the darker ones. So these are just some of the sample fabrics. These are 100% cotton, those printed fabric, and then the inside lining fabric is a cotton blend. Used to be 100% cotton, which is why I've reduced my cost at this time, but that material is no longer available. And then here now is my office area. So this office area contains my desk. I like to work in a clean space, a space that is aesthetically pleasing, and so this is a space that originally was designed strictly for my office area, and then this area was supposed to be my sewing area, but I've had to use my work table to accommodate both sewing and work. So in sewing time, the machine is given prominence on the desk, but when I'm not sewing, it's pushed to one side, and then my laptop is placed there on the desk. First of all, guys, every day I Lysol off the main areas of my desk, and then once a week I do a thorough cleaning. I clean, ensure that where the fabric is Lysol and clean. I also keep a sanitizer on my desk. Here are projects that I'm currently working on that will be for delivery today. There's a basket that I keep on my threads. I've ordered a thread organizer on Amazon. My husband bought that one for me, so I'm waiting on it. But as you can imagine, everything is now delayed, so I'm not sure when that will get here. That's a bullet board that I keep my extra scissors and stuff. And then that's just a light for filming, just so that the quality of the video is a little bit better. And this is my arts and craft area with all my paint, etc. And those baskets contain different stuff. Some have sewing supplies, some have artwork, some have extra papers and stuff for printing and more paper craft. Now here are three of the masks that I currently offer, right? The one that is on the mannequin is a pleated mask. I've tied it back with a cord to mimic ears, because the mannequin doesn't have on any ear, doesn't have ears, but this is a pleated one. Now I'm going to tell you the benefits and the different benefits of each of my masks, right? Now the one thing that runs common through all the masks is that they're all fitted with pockets to accommodate filter, and they all provide at least 3 layers of fabric. They all provide at least 3 layers of fabric, and they all are fitted with pockets for mask. Now that's one of my first tips. Don't compromise on the quality of the, don't compromise on having a pocket. Right now we can probably go around, if we're living in an era where there's not necessarily a high number of cases, we're just wearing these as face covering. But the functionality increases when you are able to insert a filter. Now, I'll touch on what some of those filters are, but there's also a ton of research available. So these two are basically the same design. The benefits of these, I'm just going to rest it over this, is that it contours a little bit better for the nose. So it fits the nose a little bit better than this one, right? So that's the main benefit of these two particular shapes. This one comes with an elastic band that is pre-cut and inserted. This one, more expensive, comes with cords that are made from the fabric. More expensive because it's ultimately more durable. Eventually elastics will wear. And most clients find it more comfortable. So for persons who are still essential workers and going to work, then they find it more comfortable to have the strings. It doesn't squeeze the air, you know. Then this one is the latest one I've added to my list of offerings, which is a pleated mask. And I stayed away from the pleated mask for a bit because I wanted to be able to find a way to make it with a pocket. Now, my pleated masks are all 3 inches, roughly 3 inches wide. It's important that they're at least 3 inches wide so that when they spread, they offer enough coverage from the tip of the nose to right below the chin. So it is 3 inches. Once more, it is made with 1 layer of 100% cotton. This printed fabric is 100% cotton, and 2 layers of a cotton blend. Ideally, I would have wanted this to be 100% cotton as well, but as I tell you, that material is no longer available, so I had to make a substitution. Now, when you open this, guys, I'm filming myself, so please allow me. It does come as well fitted with a pocket for a filter, right? And when you're wearing the mask, if you notice on the mannequin, all the pleats are facing down. So that is the number 1 rule. People ask, how do you know how to turn your mask? Your pleats must be facing down. I sell these masks with a pre-cut amount of elastic. I do not seal off these elastics. What you do when you get it is that you are able to tie the elastic, and you just pull that tie in through the hole here to conceal it. The reason I do that is because
I made this in particular. My mask here tend to fit probably 90-95% of my clients pretty well. But there are some clients who might have a narrower face than most, or might have a wider face than some. So for those persons, a mask like this one that does not come pre-measured, or one like this that has the ties, offers a little bit more flexibility. The added benefit of this one as well is that it allows you to be able to take out the elastic band, and you can replace it with a number of things, from shoelace to ribbons to new elastic. So it gives you that functionality. And as I said, all of them are fitted with pockets. It takes a longer time for me to cut these than if I was just making it just with the fabric without the pockets. But I think that it's the idea of mask is beyond just what fashion. In fact, the main reason is functionality. So this allows you, all my mask allows you to put in an additional filter. So now I'm going to talk to you about what are some of those options for additional filters.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my tour. So I mentioned that I would speak to you guys at the end of the video about filters. So there's like the whole mask thing, like all of this, we're trying to figure it out. There's a ton load of research available as to what you can use for additional filters. What I'm going to mention are three of the things that are probably easier to access, depending on your budget. One of the things that has been very popular is wet wipes, baby wipes. Now you can't put the damp wipes in the mask because the moisture will compromise on the functionality of the mask. But what you can do is pre-dry wipes. So I take out the wipes and I hang them out to dry. I use those as a filter for my mask. I cut strips and I put them in the mask. And at the end of the day, I will discard off the wipe and I'll ensure that my mask is washed or sanitized. Ideally, you want your mask to be washed. Which is not even ideal. You really should be washing the mask. You don't want to wear the mask every day, so each individual will need to at least have about 2 masks if you're going out every day. If you're not, then 1 mask is fine, because you wouldn't want to be going out 2 days on a straight, because mask does not substitute for social distancing. Let me say this again. A mask does not substitute for social distancing, so you still want to be practicing social distancing. So the wipes, baby wipes, dried out baby wipes is one very accessible filter. Another one is the disposable dishcloths. You know, those ones that you can tear, tend to be blue and white stripe and pink and white stripe here in Jamaica. They're available at Bashco, Megamart, most supermarkets, and probably some pharmacies that tend to sell household supplies like the Fontanas will probably have them. But I know for a fact that like the supermarkets and Bashco and stuff will have them. In America, you'll get them at Walmart. Most of the pharmacies, most of the supermarkets will have them. Those disposable dishcloths are actually excellent filters. You can just cut them and put them in. The masks are also fitted to actually hold an entire surgical mask. The surgical mask serves as an additional filter, but the cloth mask allows it to be a little bit more comfortable on the face. It is also fitted to hold an N95 mask. So for persons who've been reusing their N95 mask, which is not a recommendation, but it's understandable given the circumstances, you can fit your N95 mask into the cloth mask that I provide, not the pleated one, but the other ones fit the N95 mask. And then you can disinfect that mask and hang it in the sun and then use it as an insert again. You want to limit the number of times you are reusing it, but the reality is that people are reusing it. So if you are going to be reusing it, then this is probably a much better way to reuse it. Putting it inside a cloth mask with pockets. Don't compromise on the mask with pockets because of pricing. Please buy the mask that allow you to put an additional filter. Without the ability to put an additional filter, the mask is merely fashion. And in this time, even though fashion is a bonus, the real purpose of the mask is to try and mitigate or lower the chance of someone who's infected spreading the disease. Or if, like myself, you believe coward man keeps on bone, the chance of you who's not yet infected getting infected. So this is my tidbit. Like, share, subscribe. My next video that I'm posting will be exciting. It will be as somber as this one. I am redoing my patio space using 90% of what I'm using, all the furniture pieces. I have had to close down my hairdressing salon And when I sold out the salon, I retained a few things that were really in deplorable condition, right? But I retained a few things, and I am repurposing those things as patio furniture. So I'm going to be sharing that entire process, my Caribbean boho team. So look forward to it. Please subscribe, click the notification bell so that you are aware once I upload that video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Until next time, this is Life with Money. Keep safe.